So are there many purposes? I feel that purpose is evolutionary, and our purpose is also dependent and interconnected with our own level of development and consciousness at a particular time. So as a teenager, someone's purpose might be to get a date and have a party and get some good drinks. Then we get older, our purpose becomes to get into a good university. Our purpose becomes get a good job. Then our purpose evolves. So as we evolve our consciousness, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as human beings, our purpose evolves. So hopefully, the hope is that your purpose won't necessarily be the same as it was when you were 12. Won't necessarily be the same as it was when you were 20. Won't necessarily be the same as it was when you're 40. It's always in a process of evolution and refinement. So many times people ask me, I don't know what my purpose is. Is anyone here in a place, if you're willing to be honest, where you're not sure what your real purpose is? Anybody? Like deep purpose. Thank you for being honest, yes? Cool. So many times people come to me and say, how do I find my purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. And they spend hours and years and decades trying to figure out. I have a friend. I've known her for 10 years. She's like, this is the year. This is my year where I finally figure out my purpose. This is the year. 2018. This is the year. I'm like, where is any year ever going to be the year? And so on some level, unconsciously, she's constantly postponing her purpose. She's constantly putting it in front of her out of fear. So what I tell people is if you're not sure what your true purpose is, you don't have to know necessarily what your purpose is in order to live it, in order to begin. But you do need to begin. And what I would say is if you're not sure, start to go in the direction. Go in the direction of your love. Go in the direction of your passion. Go in the direction of what brings you alive. What makes you alive? What brings you alive? What turns you on? What would you almost do for free? It's just like, wow. What I do, see, what people often don't know is I have the opportunity to speak around the world. My father being a minister, we didn't have a lot of money growing up in London. We grew up in South London. My bedroom was literally 3/4 the size of this stage, attached to my father's church. My dreams were so big, my reality was so small, my soul was so full of dreams, I was so frustrated by my circumstance. I would sneak out in the middle of the night. People don't know this. I would sneak out in the middle of the night into my father's church with the lights off in the darkness. And I would speak for hours to the empty chairs. Giving seminars and speaking and imagining myself in stadiums and speaking and imagining beautiful people such as yourself smiling and laughing and pondering and all these things. And I would see these amazing people in the audience in the darkness, imagining myself living my purpose. For me, I don't have a job. I have an ikigai. This is a calling. And when you have a calling, that calling gives you a whole nother motivation. So even when life is challenging, even when things get tough, you have a deeper why and motivation that keeps you going through the challenging and tough times. Many times when that's not there, it's easy to give up. So what I tell people is you must begin. Start. Just start. Go in the direction. Is that clear, everyone? Go in the direction. Put one step. Lean in. Life will then reveal to you what's next. Your purpose is often revealed to you rather than figured out up front. Your purpose is revealed to you in the process of living itself. You take one step, life reveals to you. Another step, life reveals to you. Another step, life reveals to you. Before you know it, 5 years, 10 years, you're going in the direction of your aliveness, and you're living into, you look around and you're like, whoa, I'm living my purpose. I lived into my purpose. Does that make sense? You don't always have to figure it out up front. That is a myth in self-help. Because you can only figure out your purpose at the level of your own consciousness and evolution. And if you're stuck in your own conditioning, we talked about conditioning, yes? If you're stuck in your own conditioning, then what you think your purpose is not going to be your real purpose. It's just going to be what you think your purpose is. I'm going to propose that someone like Oprah, she could not have figured out her life purpose in terms of what she's doing, one of the most successful women billionaires on the planet, at age 20. Oh yeah, I'm a black woman who was abused and come from poor circumstances, and I'm going to be this huge philanthropist, TV host, media personality. She loved communication. So does everyone know the story of Oprah? She loved communication. She didn't figure out, how can I make money? She's like, I want to communicate. I want to tell stories. She became a newscaster. The challenge was, when she would read the news, she was too compassionate. When she would read the news, she had so much compassion. 5 people got shot in New York, Chicago today. And she'd be crying reading the news. The news manager said, this is not going to work. So they fired her and gave her a demotion of a talk show in a small area of Chicago. Her ikigai, her gift was her compassion. She so empathized with people. And so through this talk show, she was able to express her gift, express her purpose, live her compassion, share herself, and next thing led to the next thing, led to the next thing, led to the next thing, led to kaboom, Oprah Winfrey. So when you take that step, you won't always know where your purpose is going to lead. But I always say, is that clear, everyone? I always say that if you're feeling an inkling, if you're feeling a dream, if you're feeling there's something I'm meant to do, that inkling inside of you, that bubbling inside of you, to me, is the impulse of life. That is the impulse of life. To suppress that impulse will only depress you over time. To suppress that impulse is a certain soul suicide. Listen to that inkling. Go in a direction. 4 simple keys if you're wondering about my purpose. Practical keys. Number 1, I just shared it. What do I love? Yes? What do I love? What turns me on? What would make me alive? I do what I do because I don't know if you can tell, but I love this. I transform people. People know Edwin, Fernando. They've come to my events. Some of my days are 18-hour days. I love it. I would do this for free. When I first started speaking, I made no money. I didn't care. I was just happy to be doing this. Ikigai. So number 1, what do I love? What do I love? Not just what am I doing for the safety of a job because someone wants me to, my father wants me to. What do I love? Number 2, what skills do I have? Look at the specific skills that you have. You have those skills based on your life experience, and everything you lived, I believe, has prepared you to live your true purpose. Your dream, if you have that dream that's bubbling in your heart, sometimes we have a dream that's like, whoa, we're like, well, am I crazy? This is really? Your dream chose you. If you have a vision and a dream, I'm going to propose that you didn't choose it. It's choosing you because you are the perfect person to fulfill it. Based on your life, based on your screw-ups, based on your divorces, based on your successes, based on your happiness, based on your traumas, based on all the goodness and everything you've been through has perfectly prepared you to do and live your purpose. Many times we feel a calling and we say, Who, me? Me? Can I do it? Really? Can me? Your purpose, your ikigai, I believe, it should stretch you. Are you with me? It should scare you a little bit. Your purpose, your ikigai, should stretch you a little bit outside of your comfort zone. So when you feel like this is my purpose, oh, I could do that in my sleep. No, it should be like, this is my ikigai, this is my purpose. Whoa. It's going to cause you to grow and evolve, and in the process of fulfilling it, become more. Then you know you're in alignment. So look at the skills you have. What specific skills do I have? Tangible, real skill. You might say, I love basketball. But you've never played, or you're, 2'1". I'm like, I don't know. I know it might be your passion, but it's not going to work. Is that clear? Skills. Number 3, what unique problems are you uniquely, naturally gifted and able to solve? What problems are you uniquely, naturally gifted and able to solve? I always tell people, don't follow money. I'm not one of those people that believe money is not important. Let's just make that clear. I think money is important. It's needed. It's an important facilitator to make things happen in the world and change the world. But I always tell people, don't follow money. Ask yourself, what problems am I uniquely gifted at solving that come naturally to me? Because your ability to make money is in direct proportion with your ability to add value. Money is a function of adding value. The more value that you add with a correct vehicle and strategy, the more potential you have to make money. So I would say, look at the world's problems. Elon Musk is a guy who looks at the world problems. Look at the world problems and ask yourself, how can I solve some of these problems? Where those problems meet the intersection of your passion, of your skill, of what you're good at, you have an interesting combination. Money is a function of adding value. Your ability to solve someone's pain, problem, or challenge is valuable. The challenge is many times we don't value what comes naturally to us. We think, I can do this in my sleep. This is easy. But for someone else, it's a problem. Then you can really be of service. The last thing I'll say about purpose is look at your life and look at the group of people in your life that you feel a connection to, an affinity to. Maybe you feel a natural connection to teenage kids. Maybe you feel a natural connection to single mothers. Maybe you feel a natural connection to the elderly, to the blind, to those who have cancer. Maybe who do you feel a natural affinity and connection to? I believe that your soul has a connection to that group of people because it's part of your destiny. You have that connection for a reason. And so begin going in that direction. I would say that sometimes when you find your purpose, people think, when you find your purpose, life is easy. When you find your purpose, the heavens open, the violins come out, everything flows. Sometimes when you find your purpose, it's actually quite challenging. So if you find your ikigai and you find your purpose and you're like, oh my goodness, life is challenging, that doesn't mean you're not on the right path. It means you're just being tested and prepared.